What is up, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are talking about Splinter Cell Blacklist. So, for full transparency, this was a review copy, so I want to say thank you to G2PO.com and Gamersgate.com for hooking me up. Their links will be in the description box. So, I have been spending a lot of time with Splinter Cell Blacklist, and so I'm going to tell you what all you can expect if you get the game, what I liked, what I didn't like. So, I'll begin by saying that with each one of the campaign missions, that you can go through and you can beat them on 3 different play styles. You've got Ghost, you've got Panther, and you've got Assault. So if you go through on Ghost, you're trying not to kill anybody. You're trying to sneak past people if it's possible. On Panther, you're trying to kill people, but you're still trying to be sneaky about it so you don't get caught. And then Assault is you're just there to stir up trouble, so you just go in guns a-blazing. The gadgets, the armor, the weaponry that you have, a lot of good customization going on there. So depending on how you want to play, the style that you want to go through, you have a lot of different options. So the Splinter Cell gadgetry is definitely back with Blacklist. So one thing that I've really been impressed with about the game so far has been the level design. And each level has multiple routes and ways that you can approach the game. And so I love that. I love that in other stealth games that I've played. And Splinter Cell definitely does a really good job of it. So what I've been doing is I'll go through a level and I'll just play it straight up. So if there's a section where I think I can get by somebody, you know, being stealthy, then I'll do that. But if I end up running into somebody, then I'll do what I have to do in order to get through the level. And then I'll probably take out some people and then just, you know, kind of roam around the map, kind of just seeing where all you can go. And it's a lot of fun just to figure stuff out, trying to figure out different routes. And then trying to go back and trying to master the level. That's a lot of fun. Trying to do time things, trying to see how fast you can do, how many people you can bypass. So the replayability in the missions themselves has a lot of time that you can invest into these missions. So there's 3 different play styles that you can try to go for and try to perfect. And when you go through the levels, they're usually dynamic in that people will be in different locations. So the AI not always in the same spot. Now, one thing that I didn't play that is available is co-op. So if you have a partner, that's something that you're interested in, then you know it's available to you. But I did play multiplayer Spies versus Mercs. So I was a fan of Spies versus Mercs in the old games. I've played every Splinter Cell that's come out to date. And so I was getting back to playing that. And if you explain this mode to somebody, you're telling somebody who plays multiplayer games, hey, this is a 2v2 game if they've never heard about this before. It sounds terrible. You're like, you're going to play a multiplayer map with only 2 people on it? But I've got to tell you, Spies vs. Mercs is one of the most intense games, intense multiplayer games that I've played. In that, like, I just feel anxious because I never know if somebody's going to come out of the shadows after me. Like, it feels really intense, and I guess I get really into it, maybe a little bit. But for me, Spies vs. Mercs, awesome. This is the best Splinter Cell that I've played out of the Splinter Cell series. So this has definitely been my favorite. I think they nailed it with it. So I don't really give review scores because too many people put too much emphasis on a review score. So I'm just going to tell you what I liked, what I didn't like. The gameplay levels, the campaign, I think it's awesome. I think it has a lot of replayability value. I think the graphics, all that are you know, fantastic. You're not going to have any complaints. One problem that I did have, or issue that I was having, was I was trying to play with a controller, and I had a lot of hiccups where the game would come out of sync or something with that. That was like the only problem or issue that I had, and they actually just released a patch the other day, and so far I haven't had any trouble since then. So my problems mainly were with it being buggy a little bit, but they have released a patch now, so everything has been stable so far. So if you go pick up the game, I think it's a solid buy if you are into stealth games. So that does it for me, The Red Dragon. If you want the latest news and details, stay tuned to VGM, videogamesandnews.com.